Good morning, everyone. I am Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I work with highly motivated leaders ready to grow leaders to create clarity, counterbalance, and freedom so that they can own what's next and make value-led choices. Today's topic, let's talk about the fault systems, the silent sabotage of your life. Again, today's topic, that's, oh, today's topic, the fault systems, the silent sabotage of your life. When we think about the fault systems are systems that happen automatically without us thinking twice about them. They can be emotional reactions, avoidance habits, things that we avoid all the time without even thinking about it, people pleasing, over functioning, indecision, not being able to make a decision, and then that becomes a habit. You become indecisive, and carrying too much, doing everything all the time, everywhere, and prioritizing others over yourself. So let's go through that listing again of the fault systems. One, emotional reactions. Do you react to everything the same way? Do you just have a way of responding to stuff like you're reacting without thinking first? Avoidance habits. This is too much for me to deal with right now. I'm not ready for this. Just avoid, avoid, avoid to the point it becomes a habit. People pleasing. Saying yes when sometimes you feel like saying no. Indecision, being indecisive, not being able to make up your mind. And you know what? By default, allowing other people to make decisions for you. And carrying too much weight, too many situations, circumstances, problems. Just carrying too much. It's like having the world on your shoulders and prioritizing others over yourself. It could be your family, it could be your job, it could be your friends, your relationship, but everything else is a priority instead of you. Again, these are default systems that you could be operating in. These patterns weren't chosen, by the way. They weren't chosen. You didn't choose these patterns. What happened was they were learned behaviors, often in environments where survival mattered more than intention. Let me say that again. These default systems were developed in environments where survival was more important than being intentional about how you want to spend your time, how you want to use your energy, how you want to express yourself. So it was more of a survival skill, a reactionary thing, opposed to a creative thing, an intentional purpose. The danger. What's the danger of operating in a default system without even examining it? Your default system doesn't care about your future. Why? Because it's operating from the past. It's not even operating from the present. It's not even operating for a creative future. It's operating from the past. This is the way you've always done it. This is the way you will always do it. What it doesn't allow for is the ability to create something different. Again, your default systems doesn't care about your future because it's operating from the past. It only cares about your comfort. I want to be comfortable, no pain. I want to be comfortable. This is the way I've done it. This is what I know, not willing to stretch. These patterns weren't chosen. Again, they were learned and often in environments where survival mattered more than intention. And that's worth repeating because it gives us something to take a look at. The danger, your default system doesn't care about your future, it only cares about your level of comfort. A created future, on the other hand, requires choosing, not drift. I'm just going along to get along. There's somebody watching. Hello, thank you for your support. No, I'm just doing what I've always done. So I'm just drifting. I'm not being intentional. I'm not even thinking about it because it's what? It's an automated pattern that has gone unchecked, leading, not reacting. When we want to create our future, we lead ourselves into our future. We're not reacting from the past, we're creating. So, in other words, there's a world and where we react, or there's a world where we create. Responding, not defaulting. I'm going to rely on how I got through something before. I'm going to rely on the past, opposed to sitting back, taking a look at what's happening right here, right now, and making a decision or making a choice of how you want to deal with that situation. Next, once you see your default system, you can redesign it. Once you see it and you know what it is, and you can see how you're reacting and not responding, then you get the opportunity. You have a choice to say, what do I want to create? Right here, right now. What do I want to create? What is it that you want to create? We don't have to react, we can create. And we can own what's next. We can own what's next in our lives. So, let me say this. If today's message spoke to you, stay connected. Every Wednesday, I bring clarity, counterbalance, and the leadership shift you need to stop defaulting and start designing your created future. You know what they say, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Like this video, subscribe, share this with a leader who needs this reset. I'm Coach B, the CEO, Clarity, Counterbalance, and Freedom. This is how you own what's next. I'll see you next Wednesday.